What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 3 team builder for the PTL, or the Pokemon Tri-League. This week we are taking on Joey and the Los Angeles Nidokings. He's a newcomer to the league. We were originally supposed to play Todd, and for the third week in a row, our original opponent dropped during the week that we were supposed to play them. So that's hilarious and also very sad, and I'm a sad boy because of it. But yeah, it's actually been a really long time since I battled because I'm recording this the day of the last day of the week. So you guys will actually probably see this the day that I'm recording it. It'll go up the same day. Just based on the upload schedule for the PTL, that's how it should be working. I'm really happy that, well, I'm not happy because Todd is unfortunately in poor health, and so I wish him the best, obviously. You know, keeping him in my thoughts and hope that he recovers from, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know he's in the hospital. But Joey is the same time zone as us, which makes life a lot easier than trying to schedule with Todd, who is in the UK, and that just wasn't going to work out based on schedules and things like that. So we are taking on Joey. So it's the exact same team, and I've filmed this before, so I'm going to sort of run through things a little bit quicker here. But Zero Aura, which is a Z-User, Tornadus Therian, Tangrowth, Florges, Nidoqueen, Snorlax, Mega Heracross, Bronzong, Seismitoad, Z-User Floatzel, Z-User Gothorita. Priority options in Zero Aura with Fake Out and Quick Attack, Nidoqueen with Sucker Punch, Floatzel with Aqua Jet, Hazard Setting in Nidoqueen with Rocks and Toxic Spikes, Bronzong with Rocks and Seismitoad with Rocks. Removal options in Torn with Defog, Florges with the Defog, 4x weaknesses in Mega Heracross to Flying and Seismitoad to Grass. Only thing I don't expect is the Floatzel. Everything else I think has a really good shot at coming. I'm really scared about the Mega Heracross, and let's get into my team. So first up is Rotom-Heat. This is our physically defensive wall for the Zera Aura, as well as a physical Tornadus. This can kind of take on Heracross, but like not really, only kind of. Volt Switch for momentum. Volt Switch is not very safe against the Zero Aura, obviously, or Nidoqueen, but I can always burn things. Pain Split's there for recovery, especially against things like Florges if they want to wish up and keep Moonblasting me in the face. Defog to get rid of hazards. Will-O-Wisp is there mainly for the Mega Heracross, but it's good chip on things like the Snorlax and the Tangrowth, especially if the Snorlax wants to set up on me. Enough speed investment for Adamant Mega Heracross. That's how much I'm running here. With max HP, a little bit of defense. Hawkeye's coming, physically defensive Zapdos with Whirlwind, U-Turn, Roost, and Discharge. Whirlwind mainly there for the Snorlax, but also if he sets up a sub with the Heracross, or if he wants to bulk up with the Zero Aura, all of those things. Calm Mind Florges, it really doesn't matter. Calm Mind Gothorita. If he wants to try and trap me, in quotations, with Gothorita, then I have Whirlwind for it, and U-Turn to get out. U-Turn to get out on anything, really, especially if he wants to switch in Nidoqueen on an electric attack. Roost for recovery. Discharge for the paralysis, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense against his team, actually. So I'm actually just going to last minute change that to Thunderbolt, because I think that it'll be a little bit better. Max HP, a little bit of defense, enough speed investment for Adamant Mega Heracross. I didn't feel like I needed to outrun Jolly Mega Heracross because he doesn't have to run Jolly against me. He can run Adamant freely. And so I think that he would, which is why I'm speed creeping Adamant and not Jolly, like I've been saying. Yeah, that's speed investment there. A little bit of special attack, a little bit of speed F just to split up the EVs. Mega Latios bringing 3 attacks, Roost, Mega Latios. So I thought this was probably the most fitting. I could see myself running Calm Mind against him. But I needed the coverage, I think. Did I need the coverage? Why do I have this, and why do I need the coverage? Psyshock, Shadow Ball, Ice Beam. What do I have Ice Beam there for? I think Ice Beam's there for the Nidoqueen and the Torn, but I'm not sure about why I have it there. Calm Mind would make more sense to me here. Calm Mind. I might have been messing up teams here, but I do think that Calm Mind makes a lot more sense to me than Ice Beam against his team. It really doesn't... it's not clicking in my mind why I have Ice Beam on Mega Lati, so I'm just going to not run that, and we'll run Calm Mind instead. Psyshock hits his team ridiculously hard, and the things that do want to take Psyshock, like Bronzong, like Gothorita, don't want to take Shadow Ball. And if I can boost up enough, then they really don't want to take Shadow Ball. Roost for the recovery, obviously. Enough speed on Mega Latios to outspeed Nidoqueen, which I can very easily. And actually, I haven't mentioned this yet, and I'm halfway through explaining my team, but his speed tiers are whack, and the fact that Joey didn't get to make any drops really helps out my prep a little bit, because he's got nothing between Floatzel, and Nidoqueen in terms of speed, which makes my speed creeping extraordinarily easy, and it also means that I can run Modest and Adamant on a ton of stuff. So yeah, that's barely any speed investment, tons of HP investment, and a lot of max special attack Modest Mega Latios means that this is going to hit very hard. Mienshao bringing a fast taunt Mienshao. This is primarily my lead unless I see Tornadus, and then I'm probably going to lead Zapdos. But mainly for the Nidoqueen / Bronzong, I can get a big taunt off. High Jump Kick, I don't necessarily think he's going to bring Protect on Snorlax. Is the main thing that I would want a High Jump Kick there. It's going to do a lot of damage to that. High Jump Kick's just relatively good neutral damage against most of his team. U-turn for the momentum, obviously. Knock off to get rid of items. Mienshao doesn't have a very great role this game, but the utility that it offers and the fact that I can run Adamant High Jump Kick means that it's okay. Enough speed for Nidoqueen, once again, and max attack Adamant, a lot of HP investment. Mimikyu, I'm bringing a cleaner Mimikyu / breaker Mimikyu. Kind of needs a lot of stuff to die, but Shadow Sneak is going to be really helpful to pick off things like Heracross, like Zeraora, like Floatzel, and then Mimikyu at speed so much of his team naturally that those are the only things I need Shadow Sneak for. And I don't actually need Shadow Claw, which I was considering running, but I don't need it. I need Bronzong Weakened is the main thing there. SD, player off Shadow Sneak, Drain Punch. So Drain Punch is there mainly for the Snorlax, which otherwise might be able to eat hits, and it's also really good recovery on like Floatzel, like Seismitoad, like Tangrowth, which I think is really going to be helpful. Enough speed for Nidoqueen, like I've mentioned with the other Mons, and that's the last Mon running speed. And then max attack Adamant, HP, and then split up the last EVs with the Life Orb there. Big fan of Life Orb, not a big fan of Life Orb, sorry I should say, but I'm a big fan of Life Orb when I have Recovery, which is why I'm running dual Life Orb with Regenerator and Drain Punch respectively. Slowking is the last on the block here. The movie bringing Assault Vest set with Future Sight, Fire Blast, Dragon Tail, and Psyshock. No Dark type, which means I get to freely Future Sight. Dragon Tail if he wants to trap me in with Gothorita. Fire Blast for the Tangrowth and the Bronzong. Bronzong I think might switch in. I initially had Shadow Ball on here, and I'm like, why do I have Shadow Ball when I can just click Fire Blast against Bronzong? He's going to be Levitate from Mamoswine anyways, so like, why wouldn't I bother? Psyshock to hit everything else because it's stab, and yeah, Future Sight is going to do a crap load of damage. Quiet min speed so that I can tie Snorlax and Trick Room. He does have Bronzong as a Trick Room setter, and I will always outslow the Bronzong, if that makes any sense at all. Do I have Defog? I do not have... Oh, I do. I do have Defog on the Rotom. I totally missed that. That's my only removal option, but luckily his hazard setting isn't super great, and I do have triple Levitator, so T-Spikes won't be that good against me. And actually, in general, I don't think T-Spike's that good against my team, but who knows. So there you have it. I think that is the team. In terms of what I didn't bring, Mamoswine was definitely on my list, and I may or may not regret not bringing Mamoswine. Mamoswine has so much power against his team. Registeel I was also considering mainly for the Florges. It kind of just sits in on Florges and does its stuff. I couldn't risk it against Mega Heracross. I think Mega Heracross is his biggest threat against me, and that's why I was a little bit iffy there. Tangela looked okay. It doesn't do a whole lot back to stuff, but it can eat hits really well, and Mega Heracross problem again. Armaldo is kind of useless, and we do end up dropping Armaldo next week, which you guys will see in next week's Team Builder. But I did think Armaldo had an alright matchup this game, if I'm being completely honest. I thought like Rock plus Bug was pretty decent against most of his team. Again, it's kind of setup fodder for a sub for Mega Hera though, so Excuse me, Scrafty, biggest problem was the Mega Heracross and the Tornadus. Although Scrafty could very easily set up on Gothorita, it could because Gothorita doesn't get fairy coverage. It could very easily set up on the Snorlax as well, with Drain Punch and whatnot. Set up on the Seismitoad. I was really considering like a Shed Skin set with a bunch of setup options. I really felt like Florges kind of just did too much. Even if I was running max HP, Florges Moonblast still OHKO'd me from uninvested Florges, which was a little bit annoying. So unfortunately, I'm not bringing Scrafty this week, but it was on my mind. So that's the team. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys for our match against Joey in the LA Nidokings. Oh, I guess I should point out why his record only has one game. He hasn't done the week 2 match that Todd hadn't done yet, and I'm first up on his block because he's supposed to play Poly in week 2, and Poly's in Australia, so the time zones just really don't match up very well. So that's going to be for me, guys, and I will catch you guys for the match.